Good evening. I will call the meeting of the Henderson City Council to order at 6 o'clock p.m. on this 9th day of September 2025. I declare a quorum is present and declare the notices have been legally posted pursuant to the Open Meetings Act. At this time, would you please stand for our invocation led by Councilman Jackson and our pledges led by Councilman Searcy.
Bowed heads and humble hearts. Father God, we come unto you right now, thanking you for another day. Lord, we thank you for the spirit of cooperation. We thank you for the power, and we thank you for your holding us up and holding us together. And Lord, we ask you for your spirit to rest, rule, and abide upon us right here in this chamber, that we may devise a way forward for Henderson, for the county, and for the state. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. If you'll face the American flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now for the Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Okay, we are down to our citizens' comments. Let me say this before we go any further. What we will do, if you sign one of these, it will be up to you to make, to state your case or to make whatever statement you would like to make, and they will not be, your time will not be passed to someone else. So ask that you would use these if you sign it. Okay, and the first one that we have here is Mr. Gardello. If you would you please state your name, please?
Brett Gardella. I'm currently the Henderson, Texas Economic Development Executive Director. To Council, I really apologize for the situation that we have found ourselves in. Nothing had been on my radar that would have ever come close to us experiencing this type of division that we have seen. When I was hired, we dove right into branding, recruiting, and creating a new message that was going to resonate out on a national and international level. But what we didn't do was really understand the local community and how we should have also been working a little bit more to create a message internally to the city. So that is certainly a mistake that we have made and a misstep that we are looking to correct, and we want to do that. I also want to apologize to you because I have failed myself. I've let the personal attacks on me control my emotions, and because of this, I became defensive. I know I'm a better man than that, and I've accepted that I cannot control others' actions but my own. Mr. Searcy, I apologize to you about our interaction last time. It was not professional, not correct. Our goal, my goal, has always been to move Henderson forward. That's why I chose to move my family here. I see a great history and I see a great future, and it's something that I believe we can work on together. I want to create a future in Henderson for our youth so that they have a home, not just a hometown. I welcome having open dialogue with you as our elected officials, as well as the city manager, as well as my board, and quite honestly, any other concerned citizen who wants to be involved. I cannot build trust with anybody if I'm not given an opportunity to have a conversation. And I cannot help us move forward with the goals that we have established as a board and an organization if we can't get the community to support us. I understand we're not always going to agree, but we don't have to be disagreeable. I respectfully ask you tonight to help us to move forward, to help us to pass our budget and our scope of work so we can get back to doing the work on the behalf of the citizens of Henderson. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll have Mr. Bell.
Hello, I'm Michael Bell. I'm the president of the HEDCO. I'm here on behalf of myself. I'm not here on behalf of HEDCO, but I will be talking about HEDCO just a few minutes, if you give it to me here. Is one to talk about Mr. Cordello. Mr. Cordello is the executive director. I sit on the interview process along with the mayor there, and that's been about 12 months ago. In that process, I think we had, off the top of my head, about 50 applicants. Out of the 50 applicants, we had 10 that was either met the qualifications or almost met the qualifications. Ended up with about 4 that I think we're planning on interviewing. Ended up 2 that we interviewed. Mr. Cordello is the individual selected unanimously by then Mayor Buzz Fullen, by current Mayor Pace, and 3 board members to include Mr. Ballard and also Michael on the board as well. And, you know, I'm here today as the HEDCO had a meeting today. Is in that meeting is a discussion of Mr. Cordello's employment on personnel and a number of different items there. After executive session, coming out of executive session, a motion was made by myself to actually terminate the employment of Mr. Cordello. And it received a second, but it did not pass. With that said, I'm not here to just want to share those facts with you where you do know that, but as board members on that board, we have an excellent board. Mr. Cordello's got a hard job. Mr. Cordello came here and he went to work and did everything that us as individuals interviewing him, he might have made some mistakes along the way. Of course, it started with the mural. Like or love or dislike the mural, as the mural's here, imperfect and all, but I do know this from being on the board and looking at it. I remember when Donovan reached out to me, I told him I'd look at it and see what path that we took as a board and what mistakes that we did or did not make. If we did not, we posted that like it was supposed to be. We stated where it would be at. We stated the address of it and approved Mr. Cordello to go forth with it. At that time, they went and actually went to the boards that they were supposed to and got approval. From a HEDCO standpoint, 5 months have elapsed from the original posting, and I just sit here and say that is good, bad, or indifferent. As I support our HEDCO board. I ask you to support the HEDCO organization, and even with Mr. Cordello, I think he's got some stuff to learn. But I still think that if we want to move this HEDCO and do this organization and make this community grow, we should give him the opportunity. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Now we have Mr. Bain.
Good evening. My name is Brant Bain. I'm a lifetime resident of Henderson, and I want to share some things that I believe. I could sit up here and boast and brag of what I've done for this city and tell you the numbers that I've done and contributed to the different projects, but I'm not here to talk about myself because actions speak a lot louder than words. I want to take a moment to express my strong support for HEDCO and the positive impact that it has on our city and of Henderson. Organizations like HEDCO are vital because they don't just bring in new businesses. They help build foundation for long-term growth, opportunity, and prosperity right here at home. HEDCO provides tools, resources, and incentives that make Henderson competitive with other communities. Whether it's through grants, infrastructure, support, or partnerships, these incentives make it possible for local businesses to start, expand, and succeed. That success doesn't just stay with the business owners. It spreads, it creates good jobs, increases tax base, and allows us to reinvest in the things that make Henderson a wonderful place to live: our school, our parks, and our public services. Another benefit of HEDCO is how to support entrepreneurship. For small businesses, navigating growth can be overwhelming. Henderson and HEDCO steps in to connect with them and the resources they need, whether it's from financial assistance, professional guidance, or connections to other leaders in the community. That kind of support strengthens not only our economy, but also the pride and the resilience of our people. The real value at HEDCO isn't just measured in dollars, in projects, it's measured in opportunity. It's the young person who finds a career right here in Henderson instead of leaving for the bigger city. It's the family that is able to put roots down because the jobs are stable and the future looks bright. It is in the businesses, both large and small, that know Henderson is a community that invests in themselves just as it invests in us. In short, HEDCO is not just an economic development organization, it's a partner in building the future of Henderson. I believe the more we support it, the more that we will all benefit. And I ask y'all to please support HEDCO and their budget that is projected. I believe that the right person has been hired for this job, and I believe that we're all headed in the right direction if we just have the time. And that's all I have to say.
Great, thank you. Next, we have Mr. Cloutier.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, staff, fellow citizens. I appreciate a moment of your time. I'm here wearing two hats, actually, tonight. I'm here to represent the Rusk County Rural Rail District. Aside from HEDCO, the Rail District's the only other economic development, public-private partnership-based organization in this community, really, that does that has the sole purpose of bringing in industry as our existence. And we can't live without them. And what we need more than anything is a stable business environment that's well considered, well run, and well managed. I'm not here today to talk about a mural or a particular project. I'm here to talk about who else is watching this today besides the people that are in this room. And that's people with money that are considering what they're going to do when that interest rate does drop. Where are they going to go? And do they want to go to a community that's a blender full of knives, or do they want to go to a place where we handle business with dignity and a process, and we don't create an instability that makes us very unattractive to the outside world? And so all I ask today is that you consider whatever you do, and I support each and every one of you, to make a choice to lead us in a place that creates a stability. We do need to improve in the absence of our newspaper. We have a newspaper, but it doesn't do what the newspaper once did. We put things out for consumption that don't reach the public, and there's no real fund to pay for that extra effort. So we're going to have to find a new way to make sure we stay in communication as all the boards and the governments of Rusk County and Henderson. And it's going to have to be more effective. We're going to see more and more problems like this where things happened procedurally correct, but that never were publicly vetted. And I understand the emotional loss, but we cannot submit to mob rule. We must act with dignity and respect for all people and their efforts when we ask them to do that. So I look forward to working forward with the city and the economic development and whatever path they choose forward. But we are looking at a lot of opportunities, so hopefully we can do that in a positive manner.
Okay, and next we'll have Mr. Patterson.
Councilman, my name is Ben Patterson. I live at 1019 South Main Street. You know, this evening really isn't about HEDCO. It's about a denied grant application. It's about then an emotional mural that was put up, all stirred by a small group of social media people. Starting things up, even to push for the current director, Brett Gardella, over here to be dismissed. And then to threaten to abolish HEDCO. On top of that, a political opportunist jumping in for personal gain. So what's fair? Leaders make mistakes. I think he even talked to Brett about this, and he's already apologized for this. But I'll tell you this, under Brett's leadership, Henderson is now seeing its first ever Christ-centered retail project, a new 10-year Railroad Commission lease instead of them going to Kilgore, the Rusk County Rural Rail District expansion along with Velvet Oil, plus multiple small grants and industrial grants. This afternoon, HEDCO chose to keep Brett Gardella. Tonight, you'll decide whether to approve HEDCO's budget. I hope you'll keep building on HEDCO's progress or risk setting the city back over years. Businesses, as has been mentioned before, want stability. I have to assume this issue has already cost potential benefits from the companies looking to move to Henderson. Henderson needs unity, not division. On a side note, I also say I'm concerned about the leaked audio that I hope that all the council has taken a serious look at and what federal law is that violated. We need your support. Please approve this budget and keep Henderson moving forward. Thank you.
Okay, next we'll have Ms. Brooks. Okay. All right, and then Ms. Hall. Okay. Ms. Hale.
Over the last few months, several serious issues regarding HEDCO have come to light. Frankly, I don't believe affordable housing is the only area where HEDCO has been playing fast and loose, a phrase Mr. Gardella himself used in a public meeting. Looking at HEDCO's budget, there are glaring red flags. From fiscal year 23-24 to the proposed 25-26 budget, line items have increased 36% to 550% in numerous areas. On top of that, HEDCO has proposed spending $2.5 million on a speculative shell building, essentially gambling taxpayer dollars just to see if a business will bite. That's not strategic development, that's blind speculation with public funds. The proposed 25-26 budget includes spending $4.7 million out of the $5.9 million fund balance as of August, leaving less than $1.2 million. There has been little to no justification provided for depleting the fund at this scale, and these expenditures have not been brought before the council, other than being quietly shoved into a spreadsheet. We are calling for local Texas Code 501.073 to be enforced, which states that this council must approve all programs and expenditures of the corporation. Further, under 501.401, this council has sole discretion to alter HEDCO's structure, organization, programs, or activities. Most citizens want to see HEDCO continue, but with strict oversight, which the law clearly provides for. Under 505.158, a Type B corporation cannot undertake any project over $10,000 without City Council resolution adopted in 2 separate readings. This law is not being followed that I can tell, yet a review of HEDCO's monthly financial spreadsheets clearly showed numerous projects over that threshold. In light of this, I respectfully ask the HEDCO board go back to the drawing board, or this council consider adopting 23-24 budgets. There absolutely has to be greater oversight and accountability in how taxpayer dollars are spent. I strongly urge this council not to reappoint the current HEDCO members. New applications have been submitted, yet no meaningful time has been taken to vet or interview these applicants. According to page 4 of HEDCO's bylaws, directors must act as fiduciaries in good faith and in the best interest of the citizens, not in ways that are unlawful or contrary to the corporation's purpose. It is outrageous that even in the face of widespread criticism, the HEDCO board continues to defend the status quo. It is also shocking and frankly unbelievable that the HEDCO board refuses to fire Mr. Gardella. The level of public outrage and backlash since July is unprecedented, perhaps only rivaled by the animal shelter controversy several years ago. That kind of public response should not be ignored, yet here we are. Ignored, dismissed, and labeled a vocal minority. And let me be clear, this is not a bullying tactic. It is the law that we have the right as citizens to put HEDCO on the ballot, and you as the council have no choice when we get to that point. You have to. It says shall, and this is the law. And a lawyer advised HEDCO board today in public comment that this is only a bullying tactic and not to listen to the people, essentially. Furthermore, No one is personally, the vocal minority is not personally benefiting or stands to benefit from HEDCO dollars. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And we have Mr. Atkinson.
I'm not here to heckle you or tell you your job because I know you know it. What I am here to tell you is that for the first time ever that I've seen in a public forum, you are threatened with somebody calling an election. How is that a threat? The only way you can get that election if you want to clear the air is to deny every request that's made of you, not request, demand made of you by this group. You have two competing functions, sides. One says, both saying they're the voice of the community. Are you going to make a decision based upon shooting in the dark? Based on how many Facebook likes something gets? Because if that was true, University of Colorado 2 years ago would have been the #1 team in the nation. That's not how democracy works. And so, what I urge you to do is support the people that are on your HEDCO board, pass their budget, pass their scope of work, and then let the chips fall where they may. I keep seeing threats calling the Texas Rangers. I have a much better idea. Let's call in the FBI, which may happen anyway. They are uniquely qualified to investigate whether or not there's been a cybercrime and a failure to report a cybercrime or to use the information that came out of it. So the choice really is not a choice. It's an empty threat because you're threatened with letting the people express themselves in the quiet and secrecy of a voting booth, where they don't have to worry about being attacked on social media, because unless there's another breach, nobody knows how they voted. And that's how democracy is designed to work. So the other thing that I see in all this is, how are you ever, if you don't support your board and you don't pass that budget, how are you ever going to get another aggressive individual to come in here and aggressively promote economic development in this community at any cost? You're not. Nobody's going to take that job. And you're losing population every year, and the trends and the predictions are that that's only going to get worse unless you do something. And you've got the mechanisms in place to do it. You've got the people in place to
30
do it.
seconds.
And I urge you to pass those measures, and then just if we're going to have an election, let's have it. Thank you.
Citizens' comments. At this time, we'll have presentations and announcements. Do we have any that we would like to make at this time? I know we do have proclamations here. Do we have any more announcements? Our first proclamation that we have is National Night Out. This will be October 7th. Do I need to give this to you now, Dr. Charles? Oh, good, just do it.
expecting on reading it.
I get the,
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
to
we'll
the-
just, I'll read it here.
Okay, cool.
This is a proclamation from the city of Henderson, and we're giving this to Charles because he has, I guess, organized did all those things for the National Night Out that we sponsor here in town. And I want you to know that we do appreciate it, and all the work that you do, and the legwork, footwork that you do to get all these things accomplished. Oh, the National Night Out of Town Watch sponsors a national community building campaign in the state of Texas, and select areas celebrate October 7th, 2025, entitled National Night Out. The National Night Out campaign provides an opportunity for neighbors in Henderson, Texas to join over 3.8 million neighbors across 16,000 communities from all 50 states, U.S. territories, and military bases worldwide. National Night Out is an annual community building campaign that promotes strong police-community partnership and neighborhood camaraderie to make our neighborhoods safe, more caring places to live and work. The neighbors in Henderson, Texas assist the local law enforcement agencies through joint community building efforts and support National Night Out 2025. It is essential that all neighbors of Henderson come together with police and work together to build a safer and more caring community. I, Henry Pace, and City Council do hereby call upon all neighbors of Henderson, Texas to join our organization and National Association of Town Watch in support of National Night Out on October 7th, 2025. There you go. And maybe Federer want a picture there. And you may be asking why we did it this far in advance, because we will not have a meeting next week for the City Council, and the next meeting we will have will be past that date. So we wanted to make sure that we gave that tonight and acknowledge that. Thank you.
Next, we have the proclamation for Cancer Awareness Month. Cancer Awareness Month. Almost every citizen, whether connected personally or through loved ones, has been affected by cancer. During the month of October, honor is given to the enormous courage and strength of millions of people facing the disease today, and of millions of survivors whose resilience inspires us all. And the Henderson Fire Department strives to raise community awareness of cancer and the benefits of early detection, which increase the chances of survival. The Henderson Fire Department began the Pink T-Shirt Cancer Awareness Campaign in 2012, and since that time has been able to donate money to many members of the community and county. It is a great encouragement to those who face this battle to feel the support of others in the community and county. Therefore, Henry Pace, Mayor of the City of Henderson, and City Council does hereby proclaim the month of October as Cancer Awareness Month. And I urge the citizens and businesses of Henderson to wear pink and join the staff at Henderson Fire Department, the City of Henderson, and Rusk County Area Chamber of Commerce in proclaiming cancer awareness.
And that was another one that's done in advance. You know, a lot of times, or in the past, what we've done, these dates have already happened, and then we do the proclamation. So we're just wanting to get ahead. Okay, this one is Fire Prevention Week. Each year, fires threaten lives and property across Texas. The Henderson Fire Department is committed to raising awareness about fire prevention and life-saving strategies. The theme for the 2025 Fire Prevention Week is Charge into Fire Safety, lithium-ion batteries in your home. It reminds us to ensure that smoke and carbon monoxide alarms in our homes are working properly. These alarms should meet the needs of everyone in the household, including those with physical and sensory disabilities. A smoke alarm that makes a single chirp every 30 to 60 seconds indicates a low battery and needs to be replaced. Smoke alarms should be replaced every 10 years. Carbon monoxide alarms are equally important and should function properly. A single chirp signals a low battery, while 4 loud beeps indicate the presence of carbon monoxide as it occurs. Leave your home immediately and dial 911. This week also commemorates the anniversary of the Great Chicago Fire in 1871, which claimed more than 250 lives, left 100,000 people homeless, and destroyed 17,400 buildings. It serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of prevention and preparation. Now, therefore, I, Henry Pace, Mayor of the City of Henderson, Texas, do hereby proclaim October 5th through the 11th as Fire Prevention Week. Charge into fire safety, lithium-ion batteries in your home. Thank you. Sure.
I just want to say thank you to everybody coming into October. Probably the busiest time of the month for us. But going back to the cancer stuff that we do, they live in Russ County. We help them. How that works, the fire station across the street, you'll fill out a form, and it kind of asks you a little detail, person's name, that will actually sit down and body, please send them our way. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that bit of information.
Mayor Pace,
Yes, ma'am.
I had reached out to the person that emailed me the Domestic Violence Awareness Month last year. I didn't get an answer.
Okay.
So I don't have a proclamation ready. If anybody knows someone on that board, we can still do the proclamation and make it. It is for the month of October.
Right, thanks. Okay, now we're moving on to our consent agenda. This, yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry. I need to ask that item 6 be removed from that. I did not get those minutes from August the 19th completed to be able to be looked at and approved.
Okay, let's just strike item 6 from the consent agenda. All right. Our consent agenda contains routine and non-controversial items. Are there any items the council would like to move into regular session? If not, can I get a motion upon the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda without item 6.
I second it.
Motion was made by Mrs. Martin, second by Ms. Juarez. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. All right, the consent agenda passes. Okay. Now we're ready for our regular session. We will now go into that part of our business meeting. All right, we'll move to item number 9. Consideration and possible action upon the table from August 19th meeting, HEDCO's financials for the month of June 2025.
answer any questions y'all might have.
Council have any questions at this time?
If there's no questions, I'll make a motion to approve.
A second.
Okay, Ms. Martin and Ms. Juarez. Ms. Martin made the motion, Ms. Juarez seconded it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. All right, item number 9 is approved. Move into item 10, consideration of possible actions upon HEDCO's financials for the month of July 2025. Do we have any questions about that, council?
If there's no questions, I make a motion that we approve item number 11.
A second.
Okay, Ms. Juarez.
Oh, 10, I'm sorry, item 10,
Okay.
sorry.
All right, Ms. Juarez made the motion. Mr. Jackson seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. All right, item 10 carries. Moving to item 11, consideration and possible action upon HEDCO's program of work for the fiscal year 2025, 2026. Any questions or concerns, council?
There's no questions or concerns. I make a motion that we pass item number 11.
Second.
All right. Ms. Juarez makes the motion. Ms. Martin seconds it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. All right. Item 11 carries. Moving on to item 12, consideration and possible action upon HEDCO budget for the fiscal year 2025, 2026. Do we have any questions, concerns? None. Could I get a motion?
We just elaborate on the capital projects, please. The continued work on the business park, this potential spec building.
Right. Here we go. Yeah, so the spec building in particular, so that historically we've called it a speculative building in previous years. We're now calling it a contracted building for design. Essentially, if our head code director can go out and get a business and the incentive is that they need a building or something like that, if it's a partnership with an education group like Kilgore College or something like that, we want to have the ability to start building on that project. So it's not like we're just going to go build a building and hope someone comes. This is not Field of Dreams. This is, hey, we've got somebody on the hook. We've got a deal being made, you know, and we got the land. Let's get a building going here and get these guys in it type situation on that. On the business park, we're just going to continue to build it out. I mean, that's one of those things that when they began building the park, it just takes a lot of money to continue to build it out as people get in. We did the Smart Flower this year. That was a large capital outlay, and we want to continue to improve that site for future businesses to come in.
There was the scope of work that wasn't finished out in the business park. The lighting, for example, the fiber optic lines were not put in.
That's a necessity, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The signage was not included. So those items ended up having to be readdressed by the board after I was hired because we have to finish the business park if we're going to market it. The only addition that we made for marketing purposes and to show that we are a little bit of a green community is the Smart Flower project. And the Smart Flower project really made sense for us because we get a 30% rebate back from the federal government. It's the first time the federal government has offered cities or nonprofits that ability to get monies back on a solar project. And that was the only reason that it really made sense for us to move forward with that, because it's a great marketing opportunity for us. We will be able to drive some green energy out of it, and we're going to get about $170,000, $180,000 back.
Okay, my last question. County Road 203, going out by Bradshaw from the loop. I don't see that in this budget. Does that
It is not in the budget because it's my understanding about 80% of that is owned by the county and about 20% by the city. I did convene a meeting 6-7 months ago where I had the county, the city, economic development, and Blacklands Railroad all in a room to see how we could pull something together to get that road fixed. But the county is really the driving force on that because they own the majority of the road. And it just didn't appear from our meeting that they were looking to put funds into that particular project, at least for this year's basis. Does not mean that if we can readdress that with the county, that we wouldn't. And I'll give you another, for example. We've already approached the county about helping them to lengthen the runway out at our airport. We know from the businesses that we've talked to that 4,000 feet is not long enough for some of the aircraft that they want to bring in here. And we believe that going to 5,000 feet, which I think the county airport folks agree as well, is going to benefit them and benefit our business community because we have 300 acres in a business park that we need to get marketed and moved to people, and a lot of those people fly privately. And having a longer runway will allow them to fly into our airport. So we've already pledged our support to Rusk County to do that. So if there's another project that comes up with the county, and it certainly makes sense for the city and HEDCO to be involved in it, obviously we will.
And on top of your revenues, you'll have a fund balance of about 1.1 million at the end of this.
That's if we outlay everything in the
If
budget.
everything that you want to do.
Right. Again, a lot of these things are carryover year over year that
Right.
just don't get spent. But
I
we
understand.
we want to keep them in the budget, in the back pocket, just in case we need it.
I've got no more questions.
All right, there are no more questions. Could I get a motion on item number 12?
I make a motion that we approve item number 12 as it's been produced to us.
I second.
Flores made the motion, Mr. Jackson seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Item 12 carries. Okay, moving to.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Item 13. Consideration and possible action upon the second reading of ordinance 2025-09-01, setting the proposed tax rate to be non-renewing revenue tax rate of 0.259139 per $100 valuation for each assessment to be based upon 100% of its appraised value.
I think you said the rate backwards. You said 25, it's 529139.
Very much. Okay. Tax rate, 0.529139 per $100 valuation. Thank you, Ms. Juarez. Do we have any questions, comments, or anything, Mr. Abercrombie?
Council, this is the second reading of the ordinance and the final approval of the tax rate, so we've gone through the whole process. This one would just be your final action on setting that tax rate.
No one has any other questions, I'll make a motion to move. Okay.
Mr. Strong made the motion. Mr. Searcy seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. All right, item 13 carries. Moving on to item 14, consideration and possible action upon the second reading of ordinance 2025-09-02 on the proposed budget for the 2025-2026 fiscal year.
Same here, Mayor, Council. This is the final second reading of the ordinance to approve the proposed budget.
None. I'd like to entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve item 14.
Second.
Ms. Juarez made the motion, Ms. Martin seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Okay. Item 14 carries. Item 15, consideration and possible action approving Resolution 2025-9-01, naming the Henderson News as the official newspaper for the city of Henderson.
Yes, sir, this is just an annual resolution that we've got to approve a newspaper to run all of our ads in.
Questions, discussion? If not, I'd like to entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion. Mr. Jackson seconded. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign. Item 15 carries. All right. Item 16, this is no action. Consideration upon the first reading of ordinance 2025-09-03, canceling the November 4th, 2025 municipal election, declaring the unopposed applicants as the city council members for District 1, 4, and 5. Okay.
First reading, we did have Stephen Strong sign up for his position. Gina signed up for her position. And District 4. So since they did not have any opponents run up against them, we will be able to cancel the election.
Okay, all right, thank you. Okay. All righty. Well,
She's doing too much of a happy dance.
all righty. Moving on to item 17, consideration and possible action upon the 2025-2026 holiday schedule. Mr. Emerson.
In y'all's packets or not, so I printed them out, emailed them, and have them up there on y'all's desk. It's the same as it has been, that it was last year. We haven't added any. If you choose to, I will document it.
I have a question. Maybe I'm not reading it right. The Independence, July 4th, it says date observed. Is that not going to be like Friday? Is Friday the 4th? You've got it at Saturday. Is that right?
It should be Friday.
Okay.
Thank you. I was
Sure.
just seeing if you was paying attention.
I know you were. I make a motion to approve, changing the date observed to Friday for July.
Second.
All right, Ms. Martin made the motion, Mr. Searcy seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. All right, item 17 carries. Moving on to item 18, consideration and possible action upon the recommendation by the Planning and Zoning Commission changing the zoning on a parcel located in the 100 block of Hubbard Drive and Highway 43.
Drop that item. We had to reschedule that meeting for Monday.
Okay, we'll drop that. Yeah, let me get a motion to drop item.
motion.
Second.
Okay. Mr. Strong made the motion, Ms. Martin seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Okay, that motion carries. Okay, moving to item 19. Consideration and possible action appointing place 4 appointing of Noble Welch, Place 5, reappointment of Michael Marshall, and Place 6, reappointment of Michael Bell to the HEDCO Board. Any comments, questions about that?
Mayor, I make a motion that we table that till next month.
Second.
Okay. Ms. Juarez made the motion, Mr. Strong seconded it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. All right, item 19 carries. Okay, that concludes our regular session. Now we're ready for our, where is she? Hiding back there. Yeah.
Hiding behind the.
We're ready for our departmental report from Communications
Can't hide.
and Marketing. While she's getting ready, I'll just, I'll say this. What we've started to do, we let the department heads come at the end of our city council meetings to make a presentation to us, to go over the jobs that they do, and to inform the public of the work that they do. A lot of people may not know what's
I'll
involved.
watch it on YouTube.
It's gonna be a good one.
Oh, what did I do?
Who's that guy?
I don't know who that was. Trying to wear that bow tie.
Have any audio? That's fine.
You hear something, but
You can hear it, but you can't see it. Basically, with what that video is, you saw a simulation of our mayor. Had you been able to hear the audio on that simulation, he was issuing a citywide alert that an unidentified vehicle was seen hovering over our municipal services complex. He was further allowing the public to know that they needed to seek shelter immediately, that Henderson PD, along with county and state regulatory agencies and law enforcement had been informed of the impending threat and asking every citizen of the city to seek shelter. Now, the video that we all watched was created with an AI platform called Argyle. Okay? All it requires with the simulation you saw of our mayor, which is quite convincing, okay, he has a suit, everything, his bow tie, required a minimum of 20 seconds of video footage. It can clone mannerisms. It can clone your face. All I needed to do was upload a picture of him that I had taken myself with my digital camera. It requires 30 seconds of recorded audio to accurately simulate your voice. In fact,
Just so everybody that's seen that knows.
I mean, we can make him say anything.
Yeah. Simply by typing in a short script in the box that says ask anything, it allowed me to say whatever I want it is that you to say. I can even use the prompts to select your clothing. I chose you a very handsome bow tie and a blue suit. And I can even select the environment of the video simply by typing it out. I could put the mayor on the beach, I could put the mayor on the moon. I chose to select to put him at a desk. It seemed much more convincing. The lowest tier of service for this AI cloning is $9 per week, but I used the free trial, okay? With that free trial, I can create up to 25 minutes of completely simulated content using their AI avatar characters, or I can replicate any one of you in this room simply by downloading the YouTube stream of this very meeting. All I need, 30 seconds of your voice, you standing at the podium, just a couple minutes of you actually sitting in your seat. I can clone you and I can put you in any environment, in any outfit, in any situation I want, saying anything. Okay? So I ask you a deceptively simple but brutally devastating question. What is reality? What is reality? Why am I getting, I'm getting like backed up. So I ask you a deceptively simple but brutally devastating question. What is reality? Now, I did use my specialized skills in video editing. I did add sound effects and graphics. And yes, the clone AI version of our mayor is imperfect. There was a quick wardrobe change. But in a few months to a few years, these minor bugs in the system will simply not exist. The replica will be absolutely flawless and undetectable. So I ask someone in the audience, this is an interactive performance. What is reality? Anyone? What is reality? Nobody knows anymore. Right here, right now is the reality. Until recently, you would be absolutely correct. Reality was a seemingly straightforward concept. It was anything that you could touch, anything that you could see, or anything that you could measure. It was a place, it was an artifact, like a carving or a scroll, or even a photographic print. But I'm gonna ask another question, call it out if you can. When is the last time you printed out a roll of film? Okay. Even more importantly, when is the last time you put a quarter in a newspaper vending machine? When is the last time you sat down with your newspaper at the breakfast table and actually read the printed word? Okay. In the 1990s, 1980s, this question would have been absolutely absurd. Each and every one of you would have said, why today, this very morning? But today, this morning, in 2025, only 5% of American adults can make that claim of picking up and actually reading the printed word. We have reached an extinction level event, a crisis that is warping, altering, and obliterating the reality of our world. Since 2005, more than 3,300 local print newspapers have closed in the United States. This trend leaves communities like our own without crucial local information and with nearly 208 counties in the United States being designated as absolute news deserts due to lack of any local news source. These closures are attributed to factors like declining readership, shrinking advertising revenue, and the migration of audiences, of course, to digital platforms. The tiring work, the tiring heavy lifting of learning about the world around you is now largely accomplished by watching 60-second reels, news clips, and stories. Primary source of news is short-form content, 60-second video reels, with 253 million Americans, 73% of the population active social media users. Now, this is an interactive presentation, as we've said, so I'm asking for another audience participation moment. Any of you have social media, by show of hands? Any type of social media. It could be YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, show of hands. Okay. When is the last time you cracked open an encyclopedia or visited a library to find source documentation before hitting share on a post from Facebook? Okay. Think about that. Okay? That's all right. A 2024 UNESCO study of social media found that 62% of people do not verify the accuracy of content before sharing. I honestly believe that number's higher. Instead, many rely on social media metrics like likes and shares or trust in friends to gauge the credibility of information. Deeper still, how many of you could verify that a post you shared was even written by a human being? By show of hands, how many of you here have used ChatGPT? There you go. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10 for those users, you can hold up fingers. How easy was it to allow a computer to express your thoughts for you? To say what you could not say in a way that would persuade and convince other human beings to do exactly what you wanted to do, to think in the way that you wanted them to think. According to the European law enforcement agency Interpol, 57% of all web-based text is now AI generated. Experts now predict up to 90% of internet content will be AI generated by 2026 as natural language processing and deep learning technologies continue to hurtle forward at warp speed, making it easier and faster to produce human-like content. Human-like content. Now, I say all that to say this. I am a human. Last time I checked. Before coming to our city, I produced and edited newscasts for KLTV Channel 7 News. I was an on-air broadcaster for 690 AM and 102.7 FM. I crafted the public perception for the Better Business Bureau. I educated and coordinated volunteers for the American Cancer Society. I created dynamic storytelling for Meals on Wheels, and I helped rehabilitate the public perception of the city of Dallas through social media storytelling. In my 25-plus year career in communications, I have had a first-hand witness and hand in the rising tide of digital technology. The decline of local journalism that we've discussed here today is linked to increased political polarization and a weakened sense of community, as residents feel less and less connected to their local government and their neighbors. As your city's communications coordinator, I have made it my personal mission to stand in this gap, delivering human stories with a laser focus on our community. You visit our website, there is no ChatGPT generated filler content. There is no AI short form reels. On our website and social media pages, we use images and videos taken of real citizens, not pulled internet archival footage, okay, not AI-generated content, of real events within our business marketplace. Perhaps you have seen me silently moving through crowds. Perhaps you have never interacted with me. That is a seriously purposeful action on my part for journalistic integrity, for natural action. I don't seek out poses. I don't set up people for special, exciting looking pictures. I simply move through the crowd and I document it with journalistic integrity. Social media is not going away, but I endeavor to preserve its original spirit and purpose. That purpose started out, if you remember MySpace, to connect loved ones, to connect friends, to connect neighbors to their public servants and their municipal services, to tell the stories of our past and to paint a very clear picture of our future. As uncertainty and suspicion in government grows, the importance of having a real human like myself at the helm of our communication department builds trust, ensures accountability, and gives a voice to those who matter most. That's our citizens. And Rhodey. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Ms. Fedra, for that. Okay. We are, put my little sheet here. We don't have any,
Mayor, there's not
yes,
any
ma'am.
minutes from last week's meeting that would be on here. Any of the boards or commissions.
Okay. We don't have any minutes, so we don't have any thing for executive session at this time. So, Ms. Martin, we're down to you, up to you.
I make a motion to adjourn.
And second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We are adjourned at 7:09 p.m. Thank y'all for coming.